Reproductive parts of angiosperms are located in the flower. You already studied the different parts of flower: sepals, petals, stamens, and pistil are reproductive parts of a flower which contains the germ cells. The flower may be unisexual, papaya, watermelon, when it contains either stamens or pistil. Uh, or bisexual. Case of hibiscus mustard, when it comes contains both stamens and pistil. Stamen is the male reproductive part and it produces pollen grains and they are yellowish in color. Pistil is present in the center of color and is the female reproductive part. It is made up of three parts. Bottom part is the swollen bottom part is the ovary, middle elongated part is the style, and the terminal part which may be sticky is the stigma. The ovary which contains the ovules and each ovule has an egg cell. The male germ cell produced by pollen grain fuses with the female gamete present in the ovule. The fusion of the germ cells of fertilization gives us the zygote which is capable of producing into a new plant. The pollen grains needs to be transferred from the stamen to the stigma. If this transfer of pollen grains occurs in the same flower, it is referred to as self-pollination from one flower to another flower. It is known as cross-pollination. The transfer of pollination to can be done by agents like wind, water, or animals. The pollen lands on the suitable stigma to reach the female germ cells which are in the ovary. A tube grows out of the pollen grain and travels through the style to reach the ovary. After fertilization, zygote divides several times to form an embryo with an ovule. The ovule develops a tough coat and is gradually converted into a seed. The ovary grows rapidly and ripens to form a fruit. Meanwhile, the petals, sepals, stamens, style, and stigma may shrivel and fall off. The male reproductive system consists of portions which produce the germ cells and other portions that deliver the germ cells to the state of fertilization. The formation of germ cells or sperms takes place in the testes. They are located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum because sperm formation requires a lower temperature than the normal body temperature. In the sperms formed which are delivered through wash, the difference which unites with the tube coming from the urinary bladder. The urethra thus forms a common passage for both the sperms and urine. Along the path of the vast difference, glands like the prostate and glands like the prostate gland and the seminal vesicles had their secretion so that the sperms are now in a fluid which makes their transport easier, and this fluid also provides nutrition. The sperms are tiny bodies that consist of mainly genetic material and a long tail that helps them to move towards the female germ cells. The female germ cells or eggs are made in the ovaries. They are responsible for the production of some hormones. When embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with a special tissue called placenta. This is a disc which is embedded in the uterine wall. It contains only on the embryo side of the tissue. Mm, on the mother slide are blood spaces which surround the villi. This provides a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from the mother to the embryo. This developing embryo will also generate waste substances which are removed by transferring them into mother's blood through the placenta. Development of the child inside the mother's body takes approximately 9 months. A child born as a result of rhythmic contraction of the muscles in the uterus. If the egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. Since the ovary releases one egg every month, the uterus also prepares itself every month to receive a fertilized egg. Thus, its lining becomes thick and spongy. This would be required for nourishing the embryo if fertilization had taken place. However, this lining is not needed any longer, so the lining slowly breaks and comes out through the vaginal blood and mucus. This cycle takes place roughly every month and is known as menstruation. It usually lasts for about 2 to 8 days. The process of sexual maturation is gradual, takes place in the genital body throughout is still on. Therefore, some degree of sexual maturation does not necessarily mean that the body or the mind is ready for sexual acts.